Oh, yeah. The passion in your eyes. Take it to the base. Take it to the base. Burns with desire.
Get it over with!
One way in, no way out.
Hurry up!
Coming soon.
Pump's got you, always. Ever wanted to get into mining and didn't know how? Don't worry, your boy Pump's got you. Everybody got some electricity and Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is go to coinmine.com, you buy a Coinmine. It's like an Xbox or a PlayStation that helps you turn your electricity into Bitcoin.
Damn,
that's right.
son.
You purchase it, it shows up at your doorstep, you pull it out of the box, you plug it in, connect to your Wi-Fi, 5 minutes or less, you're mining Bitcoin.
Wow.
All you have to do is control it from the mobile app they provide, and then you receive over-the-air updates that add new coins and new features on a consistent basis.
So easy.
Kind of like how Tesla does over-the-air updates and updates the car software. Just you're updating your coin mine. Consumer mining made easy. That's right. Go to coinmine.com, tell them Pomp sent you, and thank me later.
Oh, I'll go to coinmine.com, but I don't know if I'm going to be thanking you later, Pomp. Howdy, folks. I'm Sam I Am. Welcome to the show. Okay, you heard it from the man himself, Anthony Pompliano, telling us to go to coinmine.com and buy one of these Coinmine 1 boxes for $700. Now, you can see here they've got it broken up into quad pay, so they're targeting people who are living paycheck to paycheck and don't have $700 worth of disposable income, which, you know, is going to be... you'll see. You'll see.
Hey, Dragonfly. Think I can get the $80 you owe me now?
Silence! Silence! I ain't got no money, punk!
Look, I don't want any trouble. My light's about to get cut off.
Had you been practicing on your art, you know your way in the
You'll
dark.
see. So let's take a look at this box and see what it is. So right off the bat, you're in the hole for $700. Okay? And let's see, it can do Bitcoin, it can do Ethereum, Ren, okay, Monero, Zcash, with you there, controlled by your phone. This guy's got 9.6 million sats. He is getting rich.
Now hold on.
Somebody done told you wrong, punk! It's on!
Incredible opportunity, folks. This is a literal digital gold mine. Right here, you can calculate how much one box would generate you in Bitcoin in 1 year. $660, except, oh, that's at the all-time high of 20,000. We're actually, no, that's too low. That's too high. We're actually somewhere down here, which is like $280 a year. Okay, not quite 660. I don't think that's going to make anybody rich. Your Lightning Network sidekick. Oh man, this thing's it joins the Lightning Network, so you can stake. You know, with Lightning Network, you can stake up to like $1 million worth of Bitcoin, and you can get a return upwards of, $50 on that. Now, you could take $1 million, sure, and go to any wealth management company and give them $1 million and they'd cut you a check every year for at least $50,000. But who needs money? I mean, this Bitcoin. Guys, did you hear me say Bitcoin earlier? Bitcoin. And it consumes 160 watts of power. Well, let's take a look at that power calculation. So 160 watts used 24 hours a day. That's 3.84 kilowatt hours. That's basically means in the course of a day, it would burn just under 4,000 or 1,000 watts for just under 4 hours. That's how power is measured. I've got 13.27 cents in there. That is the average U.S. electricity rate. Depending on where you are, though, it could be as low as like 10 cents. It could be, if you're in Hawaii, Alaska, Mass, California, New Hampshire, New York, Rhode Island, Maine, Vermont, you're going to be more like 20 cents. So 13.2, the average, comes out to about 51 cents per day. Now that's the raw electricity cost. So you've got to add taxes and fees and surcharges. This might push you up into a even higher electricity rate if you use a lot. And of course, this thing is basically a 160 watt heater. So if you're in a cooling dominant climate and you're running your air conditioner, this is the equivalent of taking like a countertop toaster oven, turning it to 125, 130 degrees, and leaving it on for a year. That's going to make your air conditioner run a whole lot more, and this electricity cost probably more like $250 or more a year. And of course, if you're at 20 cents, well, then you're looking $280 just for the box plus air conditioning. So there you're talking, more like $300-400 to run this thing for a year. But how much will you make? Well, they claim right here that it varies 4,000 to 5,000 Satoshis a day. Ooh, that doesn't actually sound like very much. Given there's 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin, that would be 0.00005 at the high end, which is 43 cents. But of course, if you're at the low end, it's 34 cents. So even with the best case, an average 13.27 in electricity cost, you're losing 7 or more cents per day to plug this box in and run it. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a very good ROI to me. Does it to you?
If you mine Bitcoin, this roughly checks out to my experience. Again, just in 3 weeks, I would actually say, I think it's, for me, it was closer to 4,000 per day.
Okay, so he's on the lower end. He's getting 4,000, not the 5,000. So it looks like they need to update their specs. And of course, over time, the hash rate increases, which means the difficulty increases, which means the return that you get is almost guaranteed to go down from here.
So if this is interesting to you, a Coinmine one might be something to check out. In my opinion, even if it was just a few thousand per day, that means eventually with enough thousands per day, I would eventually have one full Bitcoin. And I plan to do this, and I will keep you up to date on my experience because I plan to keep this on for the rest of my life. But eventually, with a few thousand per day, you will eventually have one full Bitcoin from the Coinmine. Pretty interesting. But if you're asking...
Pretty interesting. Is it profitable? First comment. 4,000 Satoshis a day is 1.46 million Satoshis a year. If there's 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin, it will take 68 years to mine one Bitcoin. I'm assuming that's since this warranty expires after 1 year, and I checked, it does. The equipment will be dust long before it's going to pay off. Oh, I forgot, you're also paying 5% as you mine. So the way this thing works is the good people at Coin1 will take and mine the Bitcoin for you, and then they will help themselves on this 4,000 Satoshis a day, wherever it went. There we go. If it's collecting 4,000 a day, they're going to drop 3,800 into your account. They're going to help themselves to 200 and everybody else's to 200 and leave you to pay the power bill at a loss. Brilliant, isn't it? It's really, really compelling value proposition here that Pomp's presenting to his audience. This guy should be on TV sharing his investment strategies everywhere because they are amazing for him. For his users, for his listeners, for his fans, not so much. They're pretty much getting screwed on this deal should they buy one of these boxes. Because you spend $700 on the box, you plug it in, and you lose money every single day that it runs. Okay. And if you're running it like a business, you would actually be having to sell the Bitcoin in order to pay the electric bill so that it's a self-sustaining entity, which it would never be able to do. But there's more. We'll get to that. However, the next comment here points out it's actually a lot longer than 68 years to mine one BTC, because as of May next year, the 4,000 sats per day becomes 2,000 per day. Every 4 years, the rewards are cut in half, remember, and that's the halving. So next year, if the price doesn't double, then you're going to be losing even more. It has to double for you to keep losing the same amount that you would lose if you plug this thing in today. Brilliant, huh?
See you in class tomorrow.
Brilliant. And of course, it would have to be like 30, 40,000 BTC before you ever make a profit off of this thing. So here's the people. Now, it's really a great system for them because they sell you this box for $700 and they're probably pocketing somewhere between $300 and $400 of that, supporting their salaries and so forth. And of course, Pomp, I don't think he tells you that he's actually an investor in this company. So, when they're mining, there's mining going on here, but you're not the one doing it. These guys are. They're mining your wallet because you're subsidizing the mining. They're taking a cut of the crypto off the top and leaving you with the bill. This reminds me of two things. The gold rush, the California gold rush. There's a lot of miners who went out there hoping to get rich quick and find the mother lode. A handful of them did. That's not going to happen with Bitcoin because the mining and the release is much more predictable. But the people who really got rich were not the miners. It was the people selling the equipment. the picks, the shovels, the ropes, the sluices, the pans, the clothing, the tents. Those are the people who made out like bandits, not so much the miners. That's who these folks are.
So what am I charged with?
Yeah, like you don't know, you little bitch.
Could you do me a favor and not smoke? I'm allergic.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, Chuck. Why'd I do you a favor and put it out there for you, huh? Piece of crap. I want answers, punk!
I want to talk to my lawyer.
He wants to talk to his lawyer.
Legal aid? You're on.
And, you know, to call this, this is borderline scam. I was really surprised to see Arrington in this list. I tweeted at him to ask, you know, this investment's not on his website. He may have invested earlier when it made a little more sense, but for Pomp to be sitting here spouting this off on his podcast like, oh, you should go and buy one of these things. This is borderline scam. And frankly, every one of these people should strongly reconsider your involvement in this company.
Sorry. You're like my 14th case this weekend. Somebody take a piss in here?
It was me. Hi, Pete.
The other thing this reminds me of is the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. In one of those books, he talked to a friend of his that had a house that he wanted to buy. I forget the numbers, but it would cost something like $1,000 a month all in to own and maintain. He could rent it for $900. But it's all good because housing can only go up. I mean, it worked great for the people in 2008, right? And what these people want you to do is basically speculate that Bitcoin is going up and subsidize their mining of crypto. They're mining crypto. Well, sort of. They're really mining your wallet. They're taking
Before I sentence you, is there anything you'd like to say?
Okay. First of all...
All right, that's enough. You're the worst kind of scum on the face of the earth. You're an animal. A filthy, big-lipped beast. I'd like to congratulate the jury of your peers for reaching a verdict. 10 minutes is a new court record.
They're taking money right out of your wallet every month while you pay more in electricity than these mines generate. They don't have really any skin in the game other than one of these engineers to go and push out some updates to this box and keep the network maintained. That's a fraction of what they're bringing in. And I think it's really shameful. Stay the hell away from this thing. It's got a snowball's chance in hell of returning a profit for you. You would be far better off if you actually took the $700 that you would spend on this Coin One box and buy Bitcoin.
And you will receive the mandatory minimum of life in prison. Plenty of time to lift weights and convert to Islam. Now get out of my sight, you fuck.
Take the $200 to $300 to $400 that you're going to spend on electricity running this thing and cooling your house off because it's going to be basically a heater running in your living room, and buy Bitcoin. You will do better, far, far better. And if Pomp really got you, if he was really your boy, he would tell you the truth about this. I'm Sam I Am. If you like my work and you want to support it, you can go to patreon.com/tothelifeboats. We'll catch you on next video.